Alors, salut à tous, c'est Zana et aujourd'hui on se retrouve pour un tout nouvel opus, un tout nouveau jeu qui s'appelle The Book of Unwritten Tales. Et donc, c'est un jeu que je ne connais pas du tout et que je vais découvrir avec vous tout au long du jeu. Et donc, on va le commencer maintenant. Donc je tiens à vous prévenir, quand j'ai testé le jeu la première fois, il y a une petite cinématique qui va commencer au début et après je commencerai le jeu une fois fini. Je vous la laisse regarder.
Our world is at war. Only the old can remember a time without fear, without bloodshed. Defeat followed victory. Victory followed defeat. No one could gain a decisive advantage. Only now is there an end in sight. Who would ever have thought that it would fall to someone like me, an old archaeologist, to put an end to this madness? And I didn't find the key to ending the war on one of my expeditions. Not deep in some dark dungeon, nor on the peak of a fiery mountain. No, I found it in an old book. I only hope that luck has not abandoned us. What's happened to Beetle and the Archmage's men? Doesn't he know how...
So then, you're McGuffin, are you? Archaeologist, adventurer, and future trophy on my mother's living room wall.
And you are Monkus, dastardly son of the Archwitch Mortroga. What do you want from me?
I think you know that. Where is it? We know that your feeble-minded servant was on the way to that damned magical trickster Alistair.
I won't tell you anything.
Take him away. Mother has ways and means of squeezing what we need to know out of him.
After all, what's likely to happen? Oh well, we're several days away from the wildlands. It's just as safe here as in the elf burrow. Oh, then, if it was left up to them, I'd just be spending the whole day... What's going on? No, of course I won't do anything stupid. You're right, we should get help. Quick, back to the elf burrow. Oh boy. Let's do it.
Donc ce pauvre petit lutin a l'air de s'être fait kidnapper et je crois qu'il va falloir qu'on le sauve. Donc je ne connais pas du tout le jeu, donc je vais le découvrir en même temps que vous, ainsi que les personnages. Donc visiblement je joue cette jolie petite elfe.
One end of the rope is knotted tightly. I could
Et on
use
doit
it to swing onto the
délivrer
other
le
side of the
petit lutin
leg.
dans la cage. Oui, comme vous avez pu le voir, le jeu à la base il est en anglais, et donc du coup pour qu'il soit en français ou pour que vous puissiez le comprendre, j'ai dû
A metal cage is fastened onto the dragon's
prendre un
harness.
patch en
The old
français.
gremlin's in the cage. He hasn't noticed me yet.
On va parler au prénom.
Hey, hello, you there?
Who are you?
D'accord, donc je m'appelle Ivy.
My name is...
Never mind. There's something you have to do for me. What am I talking about? It's not
Sympa.
just for me. It's for the
Il demande
Alliance.
qui
I've
on est,
no
il s'en
particular
fiche.
interest in the Alliance.
I don't care. This has to do with everyone. Professor McGuffin's the name. I'm an archaeologist.
D'accord, tu es le professeur
I've discovered
McGuffin.
something important.
And they want it?
Et je suppose que c'est
Oh
pour ça
yes,
qu'il a
you've
été
no
kidnappé.
idea how much they want it.
Pour cette chose importante.
Let me guess. Your kidnappers up there want to use your knowledge to achieve world domination?
You may scoff, but they would have to skin me before I tell them what I know.
Okay then, I'll release you and let you mortals carry on playing at war.
No! We've got no time to lose. You must take this ring. Take it to the Archmage Alistair in the town of Seastone on the coast. He will send someone to my house. The book that describes where it is hidden is there in my secret cellar. He must get it to safety.
And what about you?
I will win you as much time as I can. I can endure torture for hours,
Oh no,
days if
poor.
need be. The pain, the humiliation, the agony of body and soul.
Ouais, mais il a l'air si agile. Je pense pas qu'il va tenir longtemps.
Perhaps I should just release you and we'll do without the pain and death bit.
That would, of course, also be an option. Less dramatic, but if you insist, I can hardly stop you.
How can I get you out of there?
Good question. This cage is well built and the lock won't be easy to deal with.
I could untie the cage and then it would smash when it hits the ground.
Just like my old bones. But
Ouais,
it's not a
c'est pas
bad
faux.
idea. On the way to Mortroga's fortress, we'll fly over the White Ridge Mountains. Everything's covered in snow there, and the dragon will fly low over the peaks. We could try it there.
That was a joke. The chances of that working are about 1,000,000 to 1.
I can't see any other way to escape. Fighting is not an option.
Let me see how the cage is fastened.
You do that. I'll be here if you need me.
No idea what's going on here. But I should probably release the old gremlin before we get into enemy territory. We'll have to see how we go after that. This rope fastens the cage to the dragon. I have to undo it if I want to drop the cage onto the mountains. This is too tight. I won't be able to undo this just using my hands, but if I had a knife or a sword, I could perhaps cut the rope. Transport dragons can move great loads, like these barrels, wooden posts, and this big crate. I don't think that this stuff will help me a whole lot.
J'ai pas d'épée. J'ai rien. Une granule avec quelque
Hey,
chose.
McGuffin,
What is it?
the cage has been secured with a thick rope. I can't release it using my bare hands.
Then you'll have to cut through the rope.
Splendid idea, but I don't have a knife.
Then get your hands on one. The kidnappers up there are sure to be armed.
I fear that could be true.
Bon. Je crois qu'il va
I'll
falloir
just carry on then. You wait here.
qu'on remonte en haut, si je ne me trompe pas.
That's the way up onto the dragon's back. I can't reach the support strut. That's the way up onto the dragon's back.
Je peux pas non plus atteindre la corde. Bon, je suis quand même...
This rope fastens the cage to the dragon. This is too tight. I won't be able to undo this just using my hands, but if I had a knife or a sword, I could perhaps cut the rope.
Je fais comment, moi, pour aller de l'autre côté? Non, je peux pas atteindre... Normal, enfin oui. Il y a le vent qui l'empêche de venir de ce côté-ci. Je vois pas comment je pourrais monter en haut pour prendre le...
That's the way up onto the dragon's back. I can't reach the support strut.
Faudrait que j'atteigne la corde. J'arrive pas du tout.
That's the way up onto the dragon.
Non, je m'en fous de ça, je veux la corde. Ce que je veux, c'est la corde et je peux pas non plus... Qu'est-ce que je peux faire, moi? Il y a rien d'autre, je peux même pas détacher ça, mais... Il n'y a rien par là. C'est pas par un gremlin,
Hey,
je
McGuffin.
vois pas trop ce que je peux
What is
faire.
it?
If I'm going to steal a knife from the kidnappers, then I need to get onto the back of the dragon. There's a support strut there. If I could reach it, I'd be able to pull myself up.
No problem. Here, take this.
Ah bah voilà, il suffit en fait de vous parler pour...
A whip?
It's always served me well. You could use it as a rope.
D'accord.
I'll just carry on then. You wait here.
On dirait chasser du diamètre. Voilà. Donc maintenant,
What?
je vais monter sur une
Yes,
grille,
yes, I was evil and beastly. Yes, I'll bring him with me, Mother. Yes, yes, yes. I have to go. Why? I'm steering a dragon, remember? You know, I'm not being curt with you. Yes. Good. Yes. I'll see you later. Love you too.
Allez, merde, petit.
Oh, by the gods, how I hate her! Not much longer, Monkus, not much longer. Soon you will have it in your hands. But you have to be careful, Monkus. Mother is mistrustful. She has her agents everywhere. And you are talking to yourself. Better shut up.
There appears to be some truth in the gremlin story. It's vital that I rescue him. If I remain right here on the outside, then they won't be able to spot me from the driver's cabin.
Ouais, on va prendre une épée.
I could really do with one of those swords, but I can't reach the stand without the sorcerer seeing me.
Ah. Comment je fais moi? Ah oui, peut-être le fouet.
An old cardboard box. It seems to be some kind of emergency kit if the dragon crash lands. There are a few moth-eaten blankets in the box, a bit of dried meat covered in white mould, and a blue and red potion, and... a line with a fish hook. It looks quite serviceable. I'll take it with me.
Ah, ce serait peut-être pas mal de...
The rest's of no use.
Ok. Peut-être qu'on peut... On peut pas utiliser de fouet.
No chance. I'd have to hit the handle exactly despite the high wind. And even if I manage that, I'll never get the sword over here quietly.
Il n'y a rien d'autre. Non, ça c'est descendre. J'ai creusé un truc tout à l'heure avec le drapeau.
No chance. I'd have to hit the handle exactly despite the high wind. And even if I manage that, I'll never get the sword over here quietly.
Comment je peux faire ça? Ça aurait été bien si je pouvais utiliser le fond.
No chance. I'd have to, and even if I manage that, I'll never get the sword over here quietly.
Je dois sûrement...
I could really do with one of those swords, but I can't reach the stand without the sorcerer seeing me.
Peut-être que... Je vais peut-être descendre pour voir
despite the high, and even if I manage that.
Ce que le gremlin nous dit. Ah, je peux même pas l'utiliser en fait. Ok, on va reparler au gremlin. Maintenant... je vais parler au gremlin pour qu'il ait encore
Hey,
des
McGuffin.
What is it?
So what is this discovery of yours then? A great treasure? A weapon?
I can't tell you. Too dangerous. Actually, well, I don't have it either.
What do you mean?
I found a clue in an old book as to where the artifact... where it is hidden.
Artefact. It. This is getting more and more cliché.
Cliché? The struggle of good against evil is never cliché.
You mentioned your secret cellar. Is that where the book's hidden? Pretty risky. That kidnapper with his troll, who is he?
The sorcerer. He's called Monkus. He's the son of the archwitch Mortimer.
The archwitch? How did she know that you'd made such an important discovery?
Beetle, my servant. I sent him on a secret mission to the archmage. I must have caught him. Beetle.
Visiblement, il peut pas trop nous aider. Enfin, je vois pas comment il pourrait.
Isn't it a trifle improbable that a 50-metre-long dragon with a pathetically small wingspan could be physically capable of transporting such a substantial amount of gear?
How should I know? I'm an archaeologist, not an aeronautical scientist. I don't concern myself with trivialities. I see it flying, so I believe it.
I, however, find it illogical.
Then it must be magic.
Hmm?
If something isn't logical in this world, then it's always down to magic. Very practical. You can explain everything like that. Something's flying that can't fly? Magic!
Can we talk through this plan again, just to be sure?
You come up with a way to release the cage. As soon as we're flying close to the ground in the White Ridge Mountains, you let me and the cage drop, and then jump yourself.
Do you think you'll survive the impact?
I hope so. The dragon will have to fly close to the mountain peaks. There are lots of pine trees and snowdrifts there.
And chasms and canyons and rocks?
Yes, I know. But I've got to get back to my cottage and get the book for myself.
I'll just carry on then. You wait here. I could really do with one of those swords, but I can't. A thin wooden stick with the flag of the Shadow Army. The stick's been tied loosely
J'avais
to the
vu tout à
railing.
l'heure, j'avais vu quelque chose par rapport au drapeau.
Got it, and the sorcerer hasn't noticed.
Je pense qu'il
I'll
faudrait
knot the line to the
utiliser
tip of the
ça
stick, and hey presto, I've got a fishing rod.
ensemble. Et on va utiliser l'espèce de canne, enfin de pêche, pour prendre le pied.
That was
Par
arrogant.
contre, ça a été brillant. Bon. J'espère qu'ils n'ont rien entendu.
I should warn McGuffin that we're in business. Perhaps he might change his mind. Hey, McGuffin.
What is it?
I've got a sword and can cut through the rope as soon as you're ready.
Fine. I'm ready when you are. We're over the mountains. It's now or never.
Are you really sure?
I am. But if I don't survive, or they catch me, then you'll have to fetch the book from my secret cellar and take it to the Archmage.
Isn't this a strange coincidence? A young pretty elf walks through the woods unarmed and is suddenly caught up in an adventure.
Don't talk. Just cut me free.
Ok, d'accord.
The right moment is close. There's the mountain. Good luck, McGuffin.
Donc je pense que là, on est plus arrivé au montagne. J'espère que le pauvre McGuffin ne s'est pas fait mal en arrivant par terre. Enfin, j'espère qu'il n'est pas blessé non plus. Et que notre elfe non plus ne s'est pas blessé. Là, on a fait pour l'autre, je sais pas si c'est terminé. Je pense que j'arrêterai l'épisode une fois qu'il sera terminé et que du coup, on arrivera au premier chapitre. Je suis obligée d'attendre que les crédits au début se calment.
Wilbur, working hard at it, saving the world.
I'm almost done, you.
I could see. Beavering away, eh? What were you this time? A knight riding high on his horse? Or one of those funny little mages again, eh? Hey, hero. I've got a job for you. A quest. Send my new house robot off on a rat hunt. That rat's got it in for my precious hops. And if I don't plant them, beer's going to be a wee bit scarce.
I've never heard of a hero having to catch rats.
You're not a hero yet, laddie. You're still my helper. And that being the case, you'd better get your act together. Then you can finish up here and go and have some more heroic daydreams. I need to go and do a quality control check on barrels 2034 to 2038. I've got a feeling there might be something wrong with the 2030 batch. We'll see, we'll see.
Ok, donc en fait D'accord. Donc je crois que j'ai compris. Je joue en fait plusieurs personnages tout au long du jeu. Donc celui-ci c'est le second. Par contre, j'ai pas trop fait attention à son nom au début du...
A large crate. It must have been delivered as I swept. Let's see. Not a chance. I'll never get this crate open with my bare hands.
Ah. Ah, je vais voir le petit rat.
A thieving rat. Devious and dangerous. It always runs into its little hole when I get too close. That seems to be the rat hole where the little beast plans its raids. A dwarf-sized crowbar. So it's pretty big.
Je pourrais utiliser ça pour ouvrir la caisse. Ça, c'est le maître brasseur.
The pipes run through the walls and floor. They are part of the central beer supply system, which runs through the whole bastion. It's a map. It says the country's best pubs on it. It shows the area reaching from our beautiful White Ridge Mountains down to the sea, where the humans live on the coast.
J'aime bien son accent. Ah non. J'avais oublié que l'inventaire il était en bas. La cheminée. Après je pense qu'on parlera au...
Dwarfs are excellent stonemasons. That fireplace is proof.
brasseur.
Let's see.
Ah mince.
Not a chance.
J'ai
I'll never
encore
get this
oublié
crate
que
open
c'était en
with my
l'air que
bare...
je fais. J'ai oublié d'utiliser le petit bouche avec la caisse.
Not a chance. I'll never get this crate open with my bare hands. Let's see.
Voilà.
What's that? Ah, a user manual. Wood elvish. Succubushish. Here we are. Dwarven. Thank you for purchasing an X100 house robot, the latest in house robot technology. Feed the X100 the stinking remains of your disgusting existence, but absolutely no broccoli or Brussels sprouts.
Même le robot
Rats,
n'aime pas
there.
ça.
Rat care, rats breeding, rat hunted. In order to hunt rats or vermin of any kind, you must first feed the X100 with DNA from your target. DNA carriers include hair, blood, sweat, snot, and other things. Okay, so first I have to give the robot a little garbage appetizer to start it up before I feed it the main course, rat DNA. Finally, a simple rat trap.
D'accord. Bon, voyons... Il n'y a rien. On va parler au maître brasseur peut-être.
Hello, Master Brewer, sir!
Aye, Wilbur.
Ah voilà, il s'appelle Weaver.
So I'm supposed to uncrate the robot and send it after the rat.
Definitely. Shouldn't be too difficult for you, being a gnome and all. You've got the right kind of hands for all that technical stuff.
I'm not really all that into technology. I'm more interested in the mysterious powers of magic.
Well, in that case, I'm sure there's some instructions in the crate. Shouldn't be that difficult for Mr. Mage.
Where are the other dwarves anyway?
All away fighting, you know that. There's been nobody here except me for years. I'm keeping the whole place ticking over. If you weren't here, lad, I'd probably have pegged it from loneliness long ago.
Is everything okay with the beer?
That's not so easy to say. It's complicated with beer. You initially think, that tastes good, but then, bam! The finish is all off, earthy and musty, and there's nothing you can do. But of course, you can't really tell from just one pint.
What's the news from the front? The Alliance is winning, isn't it?
It's a proper mess. They just swing back and forth. It's been like that for years. Neither side has the advantage. Today, we take Finsterberg, and tomorrow the Shadow Army plunders Auenheim. Today, we take care of Garrett the Throat-Slitter, and tomorrow they nobble Bella Sunnythaw. At the moment, we've got Mortroga's fortress under siege, the old Archwitch. Not getting anywhere fast, though. It could still be years before either side gets the upper hand.
Hopefully we do.
Aye, let's hope so.
Do you miss the other dwarves a lot?
Aye, there's not much going on here now, that's for sure. In the old days, it was packed and rowdy every night. Stone Chomper and Bolin the Bear, Peppo and Talon, he could beat anyone at finger wrestling. And then, of course, there was Billant, our leader with his golden tankard. Now I've only got you here. You're not exactly a party animal.
Maybe the other dwarves will come back soon.
Aye, and then they'll tell their tales of adventure, the times they've had and what they've been through. And me, I can only listen on.
I'd like to hear their stories, seeing as though I'm not with them myself. So I'm supposed to uncrate the robot and send it after the rat.
Definitely. Shouldn't be too difficult for you, being a gnome and all. You've got the right kind of hands for all that technical stuff.
I'm not really all that into technology. I'm more interested in the... I'll take care of the robot then, and the rat.
Aye, go on then.
The rat has chewed through the wood. There's some fur hanging from a splinter. Ooh, I'll take that.
Voilà, comme ça on aura un peu d'ADN. On va y donner au robot.
I have to power the thing up first. According to the manual, the X100 needs kitchen scraps or rubbish to function properly. Actually, dwarfs have a thing for beautiful architecture. But when it comes to the beer supply, compromises are sometimes made. According to the manual, the X100 needs kitchen scraps or rubbish to function properly.
Ah voilà, je pense que ça doit être la cuisine.
The sun is pretty low. It'll be dark soon. I call it A History of Dwarven Cuisine, the Last 3 Weeks by Wilbur Weathervane.
Je pense que c'est les déchets dont on a besoin pour utiliser le robot. Il n'y a rien d'autre.
A pile of dirty dishes. The longer the other dwarves are away, the less attention the master brewer pays to things like this.
Ouais, bien sûr. Puisque
An
c'est
old,
toi qui vas
rather
t'en occuper,
dirty
je
cooking pot.
parie ceci.
Ah! Mutant slime! Maybe I should have thrown out the rest of that chocolate pudding.
Oh oui, t'aurais dit. En fait, je pense que... Maîtriser avec ça. Non, on n'a rien d'autre.
The stove isn't used much, though this morning the master brewer heated up a few beer sausages on it. Dwarven fast food, but I'm not hungry. The master brewer says these kettles are used to make beer. This is his private setup, and the proper ones are in the cellar. The master brewer says it's very easy to...
Non, on va retourner à l'intérieur. Alors, utiliser les déchets de cuisine avec le râteau.
Let's see how it likes this. Aha! It works. And now the fur. A source of rat DNA.
Il me fait penser à un robot Wally. Oh oh.
And it's gone. It won't be back anytime soon either. Problem solved.
D'accord, donc ça c'est fait.
To be honest, I'm not going to put my hand in there without a very good reason. Who knows what the rat has hidden there? Maybe rotten food, or already digested food, or even more rats.
Ouais, bah, on va éviter, hein. Donc, je pense que je vais arrêter l'épisode là pour aujourd'hui. Et donc, ben, j'espère que ce tout nouveau jeu vous plaît. Donc, ben, n'hésitez pas à me dire ce que vous en pensez dans les commentaires. Et je vous dis à bientôt. À plus!